For that, Sujit. Let's get going with the show and get our guests on board. Rajesh Agarwal, who's the head of research at AUM Capital, and of course we have Lakshmikant Shukla, who's the technical analyst, institutional research at Yes Securities. Hi, good morning to both of you, and thank you so much for joining us to answer all the questions. So let's get going with the first question, and that's coming on a live phone line. Salil Mahajan is calling us from Chandigarh. Hi, good morning, Salil. Thank you so much for calling us.
Yeah, good morning. Actually, I have 4,000 shares of Bank of Maharashtra. I bought that at an average price of 50 rupees. So I just wanted to know, what should I do with that? I am a long-term investor. And if you can, throw some light on Trent also, that also I bought for, at 3265.
All right, Trent and Bank of Maharashtra. We'll first talk about Bank of Maharashtra. Rajesh, he's a long-term investor. He's already sitting at a profit on Bank of Maharashtra. Should he partially book his profits? So do you see more upside coming in there? Because Bank of Maharashtra has already outperformed and given good 33% returns in just last 6 months. Do you see more upside to it? Should there be partial profit booking? How should he strategize this stock?
Good morning, Ankita. Good morning, Kavita. Good morning, Lakshmikant. As far as Bank of Maharashtra is concerned, we have been very bullish in Bank of Maharashtra since very long period of time, if I remember it correctly. We have been recommending this on your platform too since the levels of 40-45 odd rupees. It's almost double from that levels. And still we feel that a lot of steam is left in the stock, provided one has a long-term horizon, because in a very short span of time, it has run up quite a lot. So there might be some amount of consolidation before it moves to three-figure levels. Then the performance is very good. Quarter on quarter, the numbers have been good. If you look at the peer set, it is one of the best in the entire peer set, performing on all parameters, be it deposits, advances, or even asset quality. So I think if one is not in need of money or it is not short of time, one can continue to go long into this. And by any chance, the market corrects or the stock comes back to 70, 75 odd levels, viewers can even add to it.
Right, so that's the view on Bank of Maharashtra bullish call coming in. But Mr. Mahajan, you also had another question on Trent. Go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, actually, I bought, this share around, 15 days back at the price of 3265. So suddenly after the results, it has gone down like anything. So I just wanted to know, what should I do? Should I hold, wait, or what?
Okay, coming to you, Rajesh, Trent, how does that look like? He's sitting at a loss, and of course, after the quarter one updates, that stock saw a dropping. But for the long term, on Trent, is it a hold, or what should be his strategy?
See, Trent as a stock has seen quite a run up in the past, and that's what has happened. It has corrected now from its highs to almost 29 or 100 levels. So at this point of time, what came yesterday as a quarterly update was Q1 revenue was up around 19% up year-over-year. That was not bad, I would say, but it was below expectation. What came as a problem was the addition of stores. What I believe is West Side, only one store was added, Zudio 19 store added. Zudio is doing well. The entire store count comes to 1312 at this point of time. And going forward with the kind of performance we are witnessing in Star or Zudio Beauty, I think in the long term, the stock can give good return. At this point of time, there might be some amount of pressure on this. A good entry point would be around 25, 26 or 100 odd rupees. But somebody holding can continue to hold.
Right, so continue to hold if you already have Trent in your portfolio. Let's move on and let's take a WhatsApp question. This is coming in from OSN Reddy from Hyderabad. Stock name is ITC and entry price is 307. He wants to know if he should be holding this or should sell. Okay, let's take a short-term view. Lakshmikant, what would you recommend?
See, major trend is on the downside. Recently, it has given rising trend line breakdown below the levels of 290, and then after we have seen a bearish kind of momentum in this stock, still hovering below all its key moving averages. But I think support is strong near the levels of 275, 270. So as long as it holds this support, one can hold this position. But upside breakout, upside is also limited. I think on the upside, it could face resistance around the levels of 295 to 300. So with this stop loss, one can wait for this pullback move. And if it go around the levels of 295 to 300, so I think that would be the good level to exit from the ITC, as I'm not expecting major upside move due to this long bearish trend.
All right, let's move on from ITC to the next question that's coming in. This is Sona Shekhar from Bengaluru who's calling us. Hi, good morning, Sona Shekhar. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning to all team members.
Yes, tell us what's your question.
I have purchased RBL Bank at the rate of 261 of 300 shares. So just I want to know the potential of this RBL. So I can wait for one more year also. So please suggest me on this stock.
Okay, coming to you, Rajesh. RBL Bank, he's sitting at a profit. He can wait for one more year. Do you recommend a hold? What should be the strategy?
Continue to hold, I would say. The bank's bad days are behind it. The issues with bad assets, non-performing assets, bottom line being hit, margins shrinking has been behind. And now the numbers have started improving, and not to forget the change of hands, which the bank has witnessed. Even it has got clearance from the regulators for that. So 1 year down the line, a decent return can be expected. Continue to hold.
Okay, next is a WhatsApp question coming up from Valusa, and stock name is MCX and entry price is 2776. The other stock is Varun Beverages, entry price is 533. So wants to know if he can start averaging or accumulate at the current level. The time horizon is almost 1 year. Rajesh, let's get a view for almost 12 months time horizon. MCX India first, and then if it's an average, then maybe Lakshmikant can give us the price or the rate at which averaging strategy can be initiated. So MCX India 2776.
See, it's a hold for a long term. See, this market intermediaries, be it MCX, BSE, NSE in future, or say DSL, NSDL, these are something that can be held for long term. In between, there might be amount of volatility. The stock might go up, down. That's a trading thing to happen. But for a long term investors, these are very good call because we have seen volumes going up in all of them. The correction which we have witnessed in the MCX was recently because of gold price and silver price going down. But with the kind of volume it generates with a long-term horizon, I think one can continue to hold MCX. As far as Varun Beverages is concerned, that again is a good buy from our side. It has seen quite a good amount of correction, but not to forget, it's the second largest Pepsi bottler out of US, moving into non-carbonated drinks too. They have recently moved into alcoholic beverages, bought a company in Kenya. And not only India, they have operations in Bangladesh, Nepal, and neighboring countries. I think that's a very good play for on the soft drink market, as long as Coca-Cola issue is not there. So with a target of maybe 540, 550 odd levels in the next 6 to 9 months, one can continue to hold.
All right, Lakshmikant, quickly, an averaging strategy. So what would be the rate?
See, after a few days of decline, MCX has formed a reversal kind of pattern at current juncture. If it reclaim its 100 DMA levels around the zone of 2760, I think one can go for averaging it out and expect upside move toward the levels of 3250 to 3300 on the short-term basis, while on the downside, I think support is seen around the levels of 2500. Till it holds this support, we expect this upside. Varun Beverages Limited, I think one should wait for a dip toward the levels of 465 to 460 zone, where it's 200-day SMH placed. So I think that would be the point from where one can go long.
All right, with that, it's time for us to slip into a short break. Don't go anywhere after the break. We'll come back and keep getting your questions answered. So stay tuned and keep writing into us.
कब तक आपको इसमें रहना है सनी?
जैसे ऐसे लॉन्ग टर्म या शॉर्ट टर्म का?
Okay, so 6 months view ले सकते हैं, आपको fundamental, technical दोनों view चाहिए.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
Okay, Rajesh, I'll start with you.
See, I think one can continue to hold if somebody has a long-term horizon. But the thing is, it has run up quite a lot in the recent past. Works in auto and industry. The industry is doing well as such, but it might face a long amount of consolidation at these levels. Might even correct to 200 odd. So depending on one risk appetite and time horizon, one can take a call. But for a long-term horizon, I think one can continue to hold.
So hold for long term. Lakshmikant, if it's a short term hold as well, would you want to give him a stop loss or maybe a target price?
See, for the short term, I'm not expecting any ups kind of move from recent prices, but as it faces a strong hurdle around the zone of 240 to 245 kind of zone, but it is having a strong support around the levels of 210 to 200. So that would be the strong area. So if it want to hold for the long terms, I think that would be good for him. But on the short term basis, I'm not expecting any upkind move. For that, it need to give a decisive breakthrough on the weekly chart of the levels of 240. Then after it will resume its upside momentum and will move forward toward the levels of 265 to 70.
All right, let's move on to the next question that's coming on WhatsApp. This is coming from Murari Prasad, who's writing in from Noida. He says he has RCF, the entry price is 178, and the another stock that he has is DCX Systems. Entry price is 306. He wants to know if he should exit or hold, and he's not really given us the time horizon. And in fact, he's asking for how long can he hold it. Rajesh, I'll come to you for this. Let me come to you for RCF first. He's sitting at a loss on both the stocks. What should be his strategy first on RCF, and then we'll talk about DCX System also.
Is it for me?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah, one can continue holding RCF. The numbers are improving with a kind of government focus on agriculture and all. I think agro stocks are going to do well. Yes, of course, the monsoon had been very inconsistent this time. So that's a little problem for these stocks. But for a long-term horizon, maybe 170, 180 kind of targets can be kept in the next 12 to 18 months on RCF. As far as DCX is concerned, I think even after this kind of correction, the valuations are a little bit on a higher side. It would be prudent to book losses around 220 to 40 odd levels.
Okay, so let's move on. Other WhatsApp question is coming in from Lakshmi Shri from Mumbai, Tata Elxsi, and entry price is 62.28. Time horizon is 1 year, but also wants to know an averaging strategy and whether in the short term that will be a positive strategy or not. So, Rajesh, I'll start with you. Tata Elxsi, 1 year time horizon, 62.28.
I'm sorry, even in 1 year, I don't find any reason to believe that it will cross 6,200. Gentleman has to book losses if it has a 1 year time horizon. The company has been doing well, no doubt on that. The order book is good, but with the kind of scenario in the IT space, with the negative environment going on, I think there is going to be some pressure in between. But for a long-term horizon, maybe 4,200, 4,500 would be a decent target to have.
Okay, so yeah, it's going to be a tough road ahead, but then you can stay invested for a year or more than that. Lakshmikant, a quick take from you.
So even from my side, it would be exit because it has given breakdown below the levels of 3,945. Then after it has started making lower tops and lower bottom, still it has not formed any reversal kind of pattern. So I am expecting downside move in Tata Elxsi. If it breaks the levels of 3,500, then further correction is possible toward its lower end, which is placed around the zone of 3,320 to 3,340.
All right, so that's Tata Elxsi on the charts as well. But let's next move on to the next question. David is writing in from Bengaluru. He says that he has Infosys and he's now joining us on a phone line now. David, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
David, tell us your question. You have Infosys. What's your question here? Could you lower the volume of your televisions and can you ask a question, please?
Yeah. Infosys, I have some 350 shares, and I bought at the rate of 200, in average of 1,200. Now it's showing less than 1,100. Can I keep it for a long term, or should I? What is your advice?
Okay, I'll come to you on this one, Rajesh. Again, a large cap IT name. In the kind of correction these names have seen. But despite that, would you still ask him to hold on to Infosys? Because, of course, as far as the outlook is concerned and as far as the earnings growth is concerned, that has slowed down, even though there is certain valuation comfort in these names.
See, Ankita, the problem is we have seen Nifty IT index correcting by around 25% year to date due to Gen AI disruptions, anxieties, and global spending slowdown. And that has taken a toll on large cap names like Infosys, TCS, or HCL Tech. They are trading at a considerable undervaluation, I would say, at a PE of around 18, 19 odd, these 3-4 companies. And for a long term, I think one should continue these stocks as a FD-like investment because the dividend yield itself would be somewhere in the range of 3 to 6%. And with the kind of quality, the kind of balance sheet these stocks have, I don't know in the short term what kind of return these stocks will give. But for a time horizon of maybe 12 to 18 months, 15% kind of upside can easily be expected. So you have to be a patient investor in Infosys, HCL Tech, or a TCS and continue to hold.
Next question is again a WhatsApp query coming in from Shiva from Bangalore. Wockhardt quantity is 69 stocks and 2100 is his buy price. Lakshmikant, a quick short-term take.
The overall structure is looking on the downside. Stock recently has broken its 20-day SMA levels that is placed around the zone of 1,950. So from last few days, it has been making lower tops and lower bottom. Now hovering near its previous swing low around the zone of 1,850. If it sustained well below this level, then further correction is possible, and we could see further downward move toward the levels of 1,760 to 1,740. So sentiment looks negative if it continuously hold below the levels of 1,980 to 2,000.
Right, let's move on to the next question that's coming in from Bharat Singh. He's writing in from Bhopal. He says he has IEX and the entry price is 122. Okay, there's no holding period given there, but okay, let me come to you. Lakshmikant, IEX, let's pull up the charts for IEX and if you can give us some levels to track here, because IEX has also seen quite a bit of a correction. Do you see the moves, any kind of a reversal on this stock anytime soon?
See, I'm not expecting any kind of reversal. Recently, stock started trading below its long-term and short-term moving averages. Even if we look at the RSI and MACD, they also formed a bearish crossover on daily as well as weekly chart. The stock currently seen around the zone of 130 to 126 zone. So if it holds below these levels, then further correction is possible. Next support is seen around the levels of 116. So if it will form any kind of reversal or reversal candlestick pattern there, then we could think to provide long recommendation. Otherwise, if it fails to sustain the levels of 116, then further correction is possible in IEX toward the levels of 110.
All right, next question is again for you, Lakshmikant. This is Mr. Ravi from Kota, and SOM Distilleries is the question on. Entry price is 94 and time horizon is just 2 to 3 months. All right, any specific targets that you might want to recommend?
At the chart of SOM Distilleries, I think we will be slight negative. We have seen a correction in this stock from last few sessions. So I think near-term support is seen around the zone of 64. That would be the upcoming support. If it sustains below these levels, then further correction is possible in this stock toward the levels of 60. So that would be the next support. Whereas if we see any kind of pullback move, then I think 70 to 75 would be the strong resistance for this stock.
So that's Home Distilleries on the chart. Let's move on. Meher Chand Khanna is writing in from Visakhapatnam. He says that can I buy PC Jewelers at the current price? Lakshmikant, I'll come to you. Good entry price for PC Jewelers at this juncture?
Looking at
Okay, we seem to have lost Lakshmikant, but let's get a fundamental check on PC Jewelers from Rajesh. Rajesh, coming to you, PC Jewelers, on the fundamentals for the next 1 year, what would be your view?
It would be upward from a side, no fundamentals as such. At best, it can be a trading opportunity here and there, but I don't think there are any reasons to believe that these kind of stocks should be kept in a long-term portfolio. If anybody is very keen on keeping a jewelry stock, Titan would be the only one.
So that's a take on PC Jeweler, but with that, it's time for a short break, and post that, we are still answering your stock-specific questions. Stay tuned and keep writing to us.
Or tire companies. So it's a hold from our side. Any corrections should be taken as an opportunity to add. Not only JK Tyre, even Apollo is looking good. So both are a buy from our side.
Both a buy from Rajesh's side. Let's move on. The other question is coming in from Satya. Shipping Corporation and buy price is 310. Short to medium term outlook. Lakshmikant?
The Shipping Corporation of India has seen a decent amount of downside move, but in today's session, it has found base around its 100-day SMA levels. From here, it is forming reversal kind of pattern that is known as bullish engulfing pattern on the daily chart. So we expect that this pullback move will extend higher. From here on, we could expect bullish momentum toward the levels of 310. And if it sustains well above this level, then further upside move is possible in SCI toward the levels of 330. And on the downside, it is having a strong support around the zone of 280 to 278. Holding these level, we expect this pullback move on the upside.
An important level. If it goes beyond that, then 330 is also possible. But then there's a second part of his question, and he wants to know if it makes sense to shift from SCI to Greaves Cotton, as because he sees no movement over there and he's in losses. Lakshmikant?
No.
I think there is some technical issue. Rajesh, can you answer?
One can switch, I would say.
Okay.
Greaves Cotton has better fundamentals than SCI. Not only their traditional business, but their EV is also doing well. So long-term horizon looks better for Greaves Cotton than SCI.
Okay, let's move on to the next question then. Murthy is writing in from Visakhapatnam. He wants to know if he should enter Vedanta Power at current market price for the long term. Coming to you, Lakshmikant, though there's very limited price action, but if you could just help with, with the Vedanta Power, and if it's the right time to enter the counter for the long term.
So recently it has formed a peak around the levels of 49, and then after it has been continuously seeing the formation of lower tops and lower bottom. And even in today's sessions, it has formed reversal shooting kind of pattern on the daily chart. So I'm not expecting any upside of move from the current levels till it hold to the levels of 45 to 46. We will remain negative, and it could slip lower to retest its previous swing low that is placed around the zone of 39. And if it will break down below the levels of 38, 39, then further correction is possible toward its lower levels of 35. So my view is negative in Vedanta Power till it hold below the levels of 45.
Next question is from Gautam Muhuri, and BSE is the stock. Buy price is 3,000. Time horizon is 12 to 18 months. Rajesh, let's start with the fundamental take. He's asking for a technical as well as fundamental take. So what's going to be your perspective and what is the target price? Lakshmikant, for that I'll come to you.
Continue to hold, add on dips. Strong company, volumes have been increasing. Previously, FNO volume was almost zero. Now they have taken quite a market share. The Sensex options are doing well. I think this is the kind of company which one has to have in a long-term portfolio. Strong balance sheet. Their subsidiaries like Star Mutual Fund, INX are all doing well. I think it's a buy on every dips.
It's buy on dips for long term. Lakshmikant, short term take and a target if possible?
See, even I prefer to buy this stock on a dip. If you look at the short-term structure, so which is showing bearish sentiment from last few days, it has been trending lower, below its bearish crossover of 20 and 50 days SMA. So I think 3,450 to 460, where its 100 DM is placed, that would be the good level to watch it out for BSE. From one can initiate long position. Short term is slightly negative, but definitely I would prefer to buy on it for a long term perspective.
All right, let's move on. Mohit is writing in from Ludhiana. He says he has Bandhan Bank. The entry price is 187 rupees. He wants to hold it for the next 2 years. Coming to you, Rajesh, Bandhan Bank for the next 2 years, would you recommend a hold?
Depends on the quarter-on-quarter performance it gives, because it's very volatile. The performance, I would say, is very volatile because of their exposure in northeast part of the country. But otherwise, if you look at the numbers of branches that are very exciting, I would say, so it's very, the numbers have to watch every quarter before taking a call of maybe to 1 year or 2 years. At this point of time, at these level, one can continue to hold. For the next 6 months, I think 15 to 20% upside is quite possible. For longer term horizon, we need to track.
Okay, that next question is from Vijaya Kirti, IRFC. Entry price is 72, and he wants to switch to REITs in the same sector, or maybe Info Edge if any other sector can be ventured. And if not these two, then what could be the other potential stock, maybe for short term, Lakshmikant?
So I think recently Naukri has given good breakout from its lower level. It has also reclaimed its 200 DMA in today's sessions. So I think he can go to buy Naukri.com around the current levels and keep the stop loss of 1,130 to 1,110 on the downside, and can expect upside move toward the levels of 1,330 in the upcoming session. So I think he can exit from IRSC and go to take long position to Naukri.com.
All right, let's move on then to the next question that's coming in from Shashikant. He's writing in from Nasik. He says he has some Vardhana Motherson. The entry price is 144. He's been holding it for the last 1 month. Can he hold it further? And should the further action, can he hold it for the next 1 more month is what he's trying to ask. Okay, Rajesh, I'll come, I beg your pardon, Lakshmikant, let me come to you for the technicals. 1 month time horizon, some Vardhana Motherson, would you recommend a hold?
Yes. Higher.
Okay, the line seems to have been disrupted, but let me come to you, Rajesh, for some Vardhana Motherson. On the fundamentals, what would be your view, say, for the next 1 year? Let's get a view on some Vardhana.
For 1 year, it's definitely a hold rather than a buy, I would say. The company has been doing very well. Order book is very strong. Good demand of products in that class 8 trucks too. Short term, for 1 month, I'm in loss of words. I can't say anything. But long term, it's a good buy.
Next question is coming in from Rakesh Gupta from Delhi. PNB is the stock. Rajesh, entry price is 109, and he says that he's in losses and he wants to cut these losses and maybe move on to some different sector. But along with PNB, I also want to know your take on the PSU banking side, Rajesh.
See, if you look at the entire PSU banking basket, it has not performed in the recent past. Rather, the entire banking pack has not performed, out of which PSU banking has underperformed quite a lot. Despite the fact that the balance sheets has been clean, the credit offtake is good, deposits have come in a good way. It's just a matter of time when they start performing. So I think one can continue to hold PNB. Or if you want to be on a safer side, one can switch to Bank of Baroda or a Canara Bank, even Bank of Maharashtra, which are looking better than PNB. I won't say that PNB is a bad choice. This will also move up once the entire PSU basket starts moving up, but they are on the better footing, I would say.
Let's move on to the next question then. This is Raghu writing in from Bengaluru. He says he has Crisil. Entry price is 4,135. He says should he hold or book losses or invest in other stock. Rajesh, Crisil, what would be your view? He's sitting at a loss. What should be his strategy? Should he book his losses and probably enter some other name, or perhaps there could be a recovery on the anvil?
See, around 4,000, 4,050 odd levels, I think one should try to move out, because the entire positives has already been discounted. Valuations are on a higher side. I don't think much of a major upside is left in the stock unless some very good numbers come in. So it's better to switch this money from Crisil to, if somebody is a long-term investor, one can look at Reliance for a 1-year time horizon, or even in the hotel stocks, maybe an Indian hotel or ITC hotel would be a better choice.
Okay, next question is actually on Reliance, Rajesh. Ashutosh from Uttar Pradesh. The buy price is 1230, and I think it's a short-term take, but Lakshmikant, if you can hear me, could you help him?
Yes, am I audible to you?
Yes, can hear you.
So recently,
technical issue, we've lost him again. Rajesh, can you please take over? Rajesh, can you hear me? All right, looks like there's some technical issue around, but then we'll slip into a short break, and post that we'll continue answering, and we'll get back to the Reliance question as well.
Top of the world with Times Network. And you're watching ET Now.
In association with Vigilante, an initiative by HDFC Bank.
Back at all, and can they average in at the current price? Okay, Rajesh, this is a classic case of you sitting on a stock, for a long period of time and waiting for the turnaround to happen. At this point, what would you recommend?
See, Ankita, sometimes these kind of large cap stocks they test your patience. Despite strong fundamentals, the company stock has not done anything. Strong balance sheet. Some of the brands are doing very well. The only problem is they are facing huge lot of competition from the new age company, the online thing and all. But still, I think in these valuation companies like HUL, Nestle, Colgate give you a very long-term moat, and one can continue to hold for a decent return, maybe 12 to 15% CAGR in the next 3 to 4 years. So if you have a patience, continue to hold strong company.
All right, let's take this question. This is from Mr. T. Ganeshan from Chennai, and Rajesh, he wants to know the prospects of Eicher Motors and Force Motors. I think he's looking to invest.
Out of these two, if I have to choose one, I would go with Force Motors. Strong balance sheet, debt-free, doing very well. You have seen this month's number. They have been very exciting. Not only their ambulance or that traveler division, they supply engines to BMW or Mercedes. So any Mercedes or BMW which are being sold in India, the engines are from Force Motors. That's the biggest positive advantage, I would say. At these levels too, one can continue to buy.
All right. That was the last stock query for the day. Rajesh, thank you so much for taking the time out and answering all the stock questions. We'll let you go on that note. And with that, we'll wind down in this edition of Buy Now Sell Now. Kavita and I will also take a leave. Thank you so much for tuning in.